So you've started your savings habit. You're contributing each month and tracking your expenses. Great.
But no value judgments are allowed.
That's right.
One of our rules.
That's right.
And you're tracking your spending and you're doing it awesomely.
Wait, awesome's a value judgment. You can't say it's good or bad.
That's right, you can't. So now you're in the midst of behavior change. You've saved money now for 2 or 3 months in a row. As we predicted, life is intruding. Class is over. Your collaboration partners might be there, might not. All the stuff is happening in your life. And you've set up your systems to have it happen automatically. But you need new tires on your car. We've used that example before.
Or you get invited to a last-minute trip with your college friends.
Your college reunion's coming up, and you want to see all these people. And you're having to make a decision about spending. Now, since you're further away from the initial excitement of changing your habit, and you're motivated to save money, and you've determined that you're going to do it this time and get your personal finances in order. But as life intrudes, that motivation declines. Kind of like those of us who are married or involved in a love partnership. We hear great stories about proposals and engagements and honeymoons.
And how did you first meet?
How did you first meet? And
How did you know?
the stories make you cry. And then after 3 or 4 years, 5 years of marriage, that effort to keep that relationship fresh and alive start to disappear. They might even disappear sooner. And without attention and without intention, relationships can suffer. It's a challenge to maintain that energy.
That's right. The beginning motivations in a new dating relationship or reaching your financial goals, it's a powerful motivator. It really can inspire you to change long term. However, with relationships, money, and even weight, the closer you are to achieving your goal, the easier it is to let these little interruptions in life kind of sidetrack you from your goals and systems that you've put in place.
Right. Losing weight's a good example for me. I've stayed within the same weight for many years, but when I inch up to my highest weight and I start losing weight, as soon as I get near that ideal weight, my motivation declines and maintenance becomes more of a challenge. Same with the savings habit. What we find in life is that there's lots of different kinds of stresses. We know that about bad stress. Bad stress is the stress that keeps us up at night, that raises our anxiety, that might manifest itself medically in hives or rashes. We might start sweating. All sorts of stuff happens to tell us that our body and our mind is under stress. And that's an unpleasant feeling. And it's probably your body telling you you need to change something. But it's not in a good way. But there is another kind of stress, and that's the stress that motivates you to achieve, that motivates me to lose weight and get down to my ideal weight. And the same with savings goals. You automate your system, but unless you automate increases in your savings, you're not going to hit your goals. So how do you make sure that you continue to track your spending and you continue to increase your savings rate so that the long-term goals are achieved?
And the reason why we opened in the video with expressing that there are no value judgments is because it's probably a good idea not to over-congratulate yourself on your success, because you also will have to take accountability for your setbacks, and there will be setbacks. So it's really about how do you continuously restart the process to contribute to your savings and increase over time, because you will be sidetracked.
And not get stressed out and discouraged, which is why we emphasize patience and persistence. And, this is going to happen. As you said, we guarantee that you're going to have setbacks. Because it happens to everybody.
We've had setbacks.
And we've had setbacks, and certainly our clients have. In fact, I just got an email from a client that said she's now ready to give us the information we need, but it has to be done in baby steps. Mm-hmm. So that's what motivates her and keeps her motivated. And her motivation, as we know, has gone up and down. So ideas to maintain that good stress are important and keep that motivation. So raising your goals to make them challenging to you is an important tool. Using your accountability collaboration partners to maintain that energy, so your spouse, your life partner, your romantic partner, a support group at a community institution to achieve your goals. There are a number of ways to create those accountability institutions. But that's the way to keep that good stress alive. It's not the stress that keeps you up at night, it's the stress that motivates you to continue to achieve these challenging even though it seems easy, but they're simple but not easy goals.
It's similar to the example we repeat often, which is a personal finance book is helpful if you read it and take action. However, they do stop and fail short at the concept of maintenance. And a lot of weight loss books and weight loss theories and methods out there are the same. Once you reach the goal, how do you continue to maintain? And that's a new set of habits. Mm-hmm. The new set of habits says, great, now I've done all this work. It's about how can I continuously do more, not backslide to my previous habits.
But we recognize that people are going to backslide.
Absolutely.
That happens. But the idea here is to have a system to fall back on when you backslide, so you can start from where you left off again. That it's not put in the trash and never looked at again. That's the problem with reading a book and not following through with it. In this class, what we've been emphasizing is achieving your personal financial goals through savings is really a change in habits.
So a good next step when your motivation is waning is to restart the tracking habit, for instance, if you've let it slide. You do need a few months worth of data to start really understanding what your spending looks like, because there are fluctuations. In summary, a very powerful tool for motivation is competition. Maybe it's competition between your accountability group, saving more than you personally did last year to this year, or maybe it's inspiring a competition in the future at your place of work or your office.
Good stress.
Because even if you don't win the competition, everyone's saving.
Yeah. Another example would be, I know we offered a class on a regular basis at our local college on personal financial planning. Taking a class would restart that motivation again and refresh the ideas that you came up with before and motivate you to stick to the plan.
And lastly, sometimes it makes sense to hire a fee-only fiduciary financial planner or similar money management coaching to help you along your journey as well.